And amid the awkward audio stuttering of the game going completely silent as I load up the world, we return to the scene of the crime. I still need to do something with this last slot. And you know, maybe I just have an answer for that. We do run into a lot of this in our travels and mining. And again, maybe that's not the answer. I don't know. We still have one open slot. Our iron here is still ironing. I made a little spare bronze in the tank. Have that on hand. All our power needs are fine. This gas turbine really is highly efficient because while it can produce 1000 RF a tick with the 5 turbines we put on it, it only needs to produce currently between 150 and 200. So it's only consuming that much fuel. So we have a nice and efficient generator that only uses what it needs to. Could use a few more predatory souls. That's actually really funny. Because we also need a few more levels. And the most effective way I can think of to solve both problems simultaneously is to go back to the Nether. Which we will do as an unbodied soul. Because I have a spare body just sitting there that I no longer need. Here we go. I'll just collect my spare husk. And over to the Farm of Blazes we go. This is the place. Let me in. There. We had arrived. Hmm? Where is the noise from that extra blaze coming from? There's another blaze somewhere, wheezing and throwing fireballs. And I'm not sure where. Sounds close though. Is it this hole? No. those 3 blazes will take us up to 10 predatory souls. And we also have some wither skeletons back here. Also potentially, but probably not actually useful. Map says there's another wither skeleton this way. That is inconveniently through several walls. And there's a ghast in the area. I'm kind of curious what kind of soul a ghast has, but I really don't want to invite that kind of destruction. Ghast fireballs are, after all, explosive, and my lab is kind of a fragile place. It's also so much easier to see without that shield spell running. That's probably not blazes. It's probably too many blazes, but here we are. I'd ask what kind of soul a wither skeleton has, but the answer is none, because they're undead. Oh, and we did get another stone. Very good. It might also be a good idea to get a Vile Sword and use that to accelerate the Soul Shard farm rate. But that would require enchanting it. Which is just more experience that I don't have. Also, my Benign Soul is not in use. My repair wasn't active. Very strange. I never turned repair off. Maybe I forgot to turn it back on when I was forging everything with Unhinged. I don't recall which piece of armor we were enchanting next, but it won't be too hard to find out. And if the answer is none of them because all the options are terrible, we have a stone sword. Aha! 30. Which means it's time to go. I will, of course, have to be back. Blast protection, fire protection, don't need those. Unbreaking 3, no. Unbreaking 3, no. All of those are terrible. Vile Dust and Corrupted Essence. Corrupted Essence is Obsidian, Redstone, Lapis, which I will need 8 of each. My Obsidian is in here now, I believe. And the other component is Smelted Soul Sand, and I have none of that. Well, we've discovered what the last slot is for. But before we go back, I should deal with all these predatory souls. They're currently configured for immutable. Gourd, Spiral, Double Decanter. And over to the soul well you go. There's also this guy, who's just... That's not even taunting, that is take me please. Alright, I'm taking that, so you can stay in there and think about what you've done. odd that I'm getting so few blaze rods like this. It's not like the unsold ones count as a different mob, because I've gotten fortune multiplied ender pearls out of unsold endermen. So these blazes are just plain being weird. Anyway, we need soul sand, and I know just where to get it. Back on our road toward the old fortress. That briefly looked like soul sand. Right here. You want or need soul sand? We've got soul sand. Is this more than I need? Absolutely. But remember, Minecraft only recognizes two quantities. Not enough, and I'll never have to think about this again. Those are the only two amounts of anything that will ever matter. And there it is, the soul sand. Cook up a stack, recharge my batteries, and well, we're not storing these soul shards yet. I may yet go back. But while that's cooking, and it's ridiculous that I have to do this so soon, but I need to step away for a moment. The good news is, I can get some even more long-term projects running. and get that dirty iron in there. So now we have all kinds of power being consumed, and I will be right back. Alright then. Sorry about that, but as I'm fond of saying, some things refuse to wait. Now, how is everything doing on the power side of things? I'll turn that off. Still fine. Completely processed. Completely processed. Excellent. These upgrades were a very good idea. I may have to melt some more tin. Nah, that's still plenty of tin. Plenty of tin for the chip welder. Our vile dust is done. And it's a good thing that iron is coming, because I'm going to need some. And my intent here was to make 6 of these. That's enough for the vial sword. And also 1 soul cage. So we'll have that at the ready. Let's see what other enchantments we have on offer down here. Looting. That's right. I was going to give looting to the Soulbone Spear. Not my first choice, but it's the best one we have available. Oh. Oh. The Soulbone Spear got Soul Stealer. We don't need the Vile Sword anymore. And this is now completely done. We are burning lava, making power. That power's going into the system somehow. And blocks of iron are blocking. Very nice. Now return to our regularly scheduled murder everything on the map. This isn't my blaze spawner. Funny how the spear occupies more screen space somehow, despite being thinner. Just by being held at a less convenient angle. So the point of the Soul Stealer enchantment is that now, for the purpose of filling our soul shards, every kill counts as 5 kills, I believe? Soul Stealer 4 plus the base 1. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It should be 7, 13 after 1 kill. That is indeed the math. What's also good fun here is that the repair enchantment is working on Bone Spear. So this is now a weapon of infinite durability as long as I have a Benign Soul committed. It doesn't have quite the punch of the electric sword, because it doesn't have any levels of sharpness or smite. But it gets the job done. We also need to continue stabbing these things. Minecraft, through its history, handles the Wither Skeleton in 2 different ways across time. Here, in 189, and I don't know when this stopped, but the Wither Skeleton was considered a separate mob entirely. Or at least it appeared that way due to the way that some mods handled it. Later on in Minecraft's life cycle, the Wither Skeleton became a subtype of skeleton. Just a skeleton spawning in a Nether Fortress mini-biome was almost but not quite guaranteed to be a Wither Skeleton. Which leads to some interesting interactions with soul shards specifically. So in this version of soul shards here on 189, and also earlier in 1710 and so on, you had to key a soul shard to a Wither Skeleton specifically. But in later versions of Minecraft, the Wither Skeleton is just considered a skeleton. that spawns in the nether. So if you attempt to key a soul shard to the wither skeleton, it will only key it to skeleton. And if you then try to maintain a wither skeleton spawner anywhere other than a nether fortress, it'll just be a skeleton spawner. Which makes farming at home a bit difficult and frustrating. All the more so because chasing down wither skeletons has always been the hardest part. So it would be ever so convenient if you would just farm them at home. Unfortunately, it's simply difficult to do that. Made all the more so because the way in which it's difficult changes. How did I get soulbone? I just have soulbone. Where did that come from? More mysteries. Well, our stone sword is trash. This extra soulbone, I honestly don't know what to do with. The only thing I think to do with it is make another sanctified iron golem cage. But why? Anyway, the important thing now is that we have more levels to enchant something with. Thorns doesn't tell me anything. Projectile protection shoes doesn't help. Unbreaking helmet also doesn't help. I guess I could take the protection 2 here, because at least it's something in the right category. Also keep in mind that this is before the grindstone. I have no way to remove enchantments once they're applied. Maybe I do want projectile 4. It's at least a 4. And that's all we get. What a joke. And then we're still on Unbreaking 3. And Unbreaking 3. So I'll take Protection 2. And that's, again, all I get. And now it's just offering Unbreaking, Unbreaking, and Unbreaking. What a mess. I get Prot 2, though, in addition to the Unbreaking, so it's not a total loss. Our armor situation is now ever so slightly improved. Which I suppose means we can now pick this fight. am going to have to make some other preparations. And lose the soul shards. They will be too expensive to lose. Net launcher. Well, I do need the net launcher actually. I'm going to need at least one of these guys. Holy Golem at the ready. Regeneration 2 minutes, regeneration 22 seconds, regeneration 45 seconds. I'm thinking the 2 minutes. So another warp, gas tier, redstone. In that order. And now we have iron by the block, which is not related to what we're currently doing, but nonetheless good. Now I don't have access to anything with a higher blast resistance than obsidian. I have no witherproof blocks. So however I try to do this, even with some of the age-old cheese methods, it's gonna be painful. The easiest way I know of to pick a fight with the Wither is to go straight up. You just go straight up to the bedrock ceiling of the Nether. And look around for a place where his witheriness can get stuck. Instead, I've managed to find a place where I can get stuck, because the digging didn't all go through. Having invisible blocks just won't do. Ow? What? What the heck was that? What the heck is that? My pickaxe, it digs too fast. So what I'm not really seeing is a gap in the bedrock of the appropriate size. This is probably our best chance. So I'm going to lay an obsidian floor. Prepare the soul sand formation. And get ready to have a very, very difficult time. So it'll be 1, 2, 3 skeletons. We retreat into this corner, chug our potions, and prepare. 1, 2, 3. Run and hide. And drink up. There's the summoning. It is every bit as nonsense as I expected it to be. It looks like we're winning. And we killed it too fast. I neglected to put the golem down to capture its soul. Got a little too swept up in the nonsense. And we now have an ugly exploded hole. And another star, granted. But besides the nether star, nothing to show for our efforts. Just a bunch of phantom blocks that'll prevent it there. I knew there was one there, but it wouldn't show itself. Well, we now have what is arguably a wither arena, and another star that does basically nothing for us, unless I want a miniature sun. And no more wither skulls. So I'm going to have to farm some more of those. Hi. I guess if I'm farming wither skulls, I should grab my soul shards as well. And the nether specific soul shards should probably be kept in this chest. That would make the most sense. Anyway, another star. Huzzah! So the only thing of any real function I can do with another star is make the miniature sun. And all the miniature sun does is accelerate crop growth in its radius. Not exactly the most useful article. Alright, soul-stealing, looting bone spear is go. Hi. Is this why the Nether Fortress has no interior space? Because the generation coiled back on itself. There's the blaze spawner. The map says there is one of these. And they are what I'm hunting. Also, that was worth soulbone. Must be the spear. I've never gotten a soulbone as a drop before. And these things are supposed to drop regular bones. So I guess the spear is making them drop soulbone. It doesn't change anything else about my approach. That's actually a small problem for me, as my storage system back home is expecting bones, not soul bones. Anyway, I'm not farming XP anymore. I just need the wither skulls. So that takes us to the most boring thing in all of Minecraft. Constantly patrolling this nether fortress and waiting for a wither skeleton to show up. If there's a way to farm wither skeletons, I don't know it. So this chamber with the lava pit in it is special. when a nether fortress is generated, this room is the center of it. This is the transition from outdoor bridges to indoor corridors. In this particular case, something has gone wrong. The outdoor corridors, or the outdoor bridges, coiled around and got behind the room. So now there's no space for it to spawn the indoor corridors. Still no skulls. I don't know how many skulls I might need, because I can't remember if there's any point to tempering with Doomed, because I don't know if any of the Doomed spells have a maintain cost. Still no skull. Well, that's all I can really do right now, is run around this hell fortress, waiting for a wither skeleton to spawn, and murder it the moment it does. Now I can see that one exists, but I don't know where. Here you are. I can see through walls, but I still can't see you. Meanwhile, our Wither Skeleton Soul Shard is slowly gaining kills. If I could have put Soul Stealer on my electric sword, I would have. Whoa. Hello, big guy. Oops. Well, that's going to make things more interesting. I thought that zombie pigman's feet were one of the magma slimes. Now I have these things after me. And there's not much I can do about that besides leave, which is not on the table right now. So now the other option is to be fending them off constantly. Fortunately, they're not much threat as long as you can see them first and keep them at bay. Then again, that's true of all mobs. If you see them first and can stay out of their reach, or keep them out of, or keep them at a distance, then they can't hit you and are therefore not a problem. The zombie pigmen specifically, however, like to swarm. They haven't forgiven me yet. I still hear the anger noises. So there's one zombie pigman somewhere that is carrying forward their grudge, but isn't able to reach me. Skeleton spot. No skull. I've been here how long now and killed how many and haven't seen a single skull? I've had playthroughs where I have filled one of these shards before finding the third skull. For anyone counting, that is over 1,000 kills. For something that supposedly has a 2.5% drop rate. That is supposed to be 2.5 wither skeleton skulls per 100 kills. But RNG hates me. I don't know what's dealing damage to this baby pigman somewhere. You can hear it squeaking in distress. Hello. Farewell. They just keep falling from the sky. Trying to carry on their rage. Also, there's a chicken somewhere. Chickens in the Nether are actually not all that unusual. They're uncommon, sure. But it's not like they're impossible. Also, I've apparently been forgiven. So I managed to kill enough of them to earn their respect, or something. There are 2 ways to get a chicken in the Nether. That one was so angry. Nope, I have not been forgiven. I just met one that hadn't heard the news about what a jerk I was. There are 2 ways to get a chicken in the Nether. The first way is for it to wander in through a portal. Very unlikely, considering players have portals have to be player created. The second way is for a chicken jockey to spawn. Much like the overworld has spider jockeys, or skeletons riding spiders, the Nether has chicken jockeys. zombie pigmen, babies, riding chickens. This is similar to the way that baby zombies sometimes can spawn riding chickens, but I think that the nether pigmen did it first. Because I don't remember ever seeing an overworld chicken jockey until at least 110, 112. So I believe the nether chicken jockey was first. Still no skull. I have over half a stack of bones, soul bones, because I'm using the spear, and no skulls. I may be forced to abandon this expedition. Because the whole wither skull thing is just not panning out. It could also be to my advantage to go make another electric sword and have beheading on it, and see if that actually works, because with some mods, it does. Some mods specifically override the Wither Skeleton Skull to also make it a head for the purpose of their beheading mod specifically. I know Botania does this. But if I were to do that, then there's no way for me to get Soul Stealer on that second electric sword, or on any electric sword for that matter. So I wouldn't be able to fill this soul crystal with anything resembling speed. There's also the ever so small irritation that I can't remove enchantments from my existing gear to try again. Oh! Hi. I figured that would happen at some point. That's okay, I have decent fire resist on this armor. Like, if our modern friend the Grindstone existed, I would strip that projectile protection off of my shoes and try to get something more productive. But it doesn't. The only way to remove an enchantment from my armor would be to make a whole new piece of armor. And that would involve re-tempering it with all those souls and all the materials involved in that whole process. The armor itself is also very expensive to begin with, so So it's just a huge hassle to get enchantments you like and can use on expensive armor. I can hear the pigmen massing to come after me. But they have not yet found the way. Those two are not angry? Weird. I don't know what switched off their aggression, but there are definitely still more angry pigmen in the region. Like here. Still, no skull. This one hasn't heard of my transgressions. Now he has. Please walk off the cliff. That would make things so convenient for me. No. Not about the whole lemming suicide thing? Which, to be clear, was never real. Unless you mean the great puzzle game of the same name. I don't have any spare swords. Almost a stack of gold nuggets, though. That's ridiculous. I'm going the wrong way. I need to go this way, but there's no way to go that way. You. Still no skull. Drilled multiple tunnels to reach that guy. No skull. One skull. That's at least something. Still one skull and one more wither skeleton on the skull. Excuse me, out of my way. Out of my way. Ow. I guess the double layered prot 2 is helping out. Because normally, those blows would really hurt. I'm just gonna keep these here too. Because this whole mess is a mess. We're getting places. We're up to a tier 2 wither skeleton shard. Which means I could make a wither skeleton spawner. It wouldn't be a very effective one, and it wouldn't be controllable, but I could do it. The thing about soul shards, is that as the crystals tier up, their properties change. And there are two very important properties for a soul shard to have. One of them is ignores spawning restrictions, and the other one is redstone controlled. I know redstone controlled is tier 5 only, and I think ignores spawning restrictions may be as well. So this tier 2 wither skeleton spawner will only work in a nether fortress. Anywhere else it just won't function. And this blaze shard, I mean, it's not nether restricted, but it still will need to be in the dark. I guess I could take these and try again. The wither fight wasn't actually that hard. I'm just going to leave my shards here, have a potion at the ready, and have the mob net at the ready this time. Because as we saw, if I don't place the mob net with the sanctified golem in it, then the doomed soul doesn't spawn. What? That was a zombie pigman anger noise from way off in the distance, which means this one I have to be suspicious of now. Nope. You are dead. I'm not going to worry about watching my back for you. Alright, same deal as last time. Place the skulls, hide in here, drink my potion. Only this time we will put the mob net on our hotbar and be ready to place it when the creature gets low. $80, $60, $50. Place it. Finish it. Get it back in here before it dies. I think we were successful. Why am I hearing rage noises out of these guys? I have done nothing to this particular batch. They're just sounding mad constantly. Anyway, I have a mob net now that may contain a doomed soul. Damn uppity creepers. Alright, let's check. Well, it's animate now. And I guess kind of dark colored. And no longer shining with holy light. Whatever has reanimated this thing, it is not a noble soul. So as much as this is going to hurt, yeah, if it was a noble soul, a gourd would have been correct. It can't be an immutable soul. It just can't. So the first one is not gourd. Could the first one be a splitter? It is. The second one is not a spiral. Could the second one be another splitter? Which I will just borrow. No. Not splitter, not gold. I swear I don't do this on purpose. But it always seems to be the fourth one. Split decant. Yes. Split decant. That's it. The doomed soul. There's the Wither's soul. And it's going to go over there and be ripped apart for stone. We now have doomed stone, and we've discovered the final soul type. So this is split, decant, decant, decant. I need to make 3 decanters. And with that, I've gotten away with no excess, I mean absolutely no excess glassware. And you now appear to be shining even more brightly than before. Oh, whoops. Nope, bad. Don't do that. I need to grab some cooked stone, fill these spaces back in. Make those 3 decanters. And also consult the knowledge gem about what the doomed soul can do. And we'll have to go to the Nether to farm more skulls. Everyone's favorite pastime. I'd kill the skeleton, but I want his soul shard harvest, and I left my soul shards in the Nether. So we now have access to the last spells that weren't visible before. Charged. Release a burst of built-up energy when attacked. A maintain cost of 1 doomed. That's spooky. Because that's a doomed soul in me, and a doomed soul on my armor, so at least 2 more. We've seen most of the rest of these. Shatter clones. Destroy clones near impact and cause AoE damage. That must chain off the mirror image spell. We have Reaper. Chance to summon a Reaper to chase and kill a focused creature. That works into the focus mechanic. Swipe. Shift swing to blast a creature. That's immutable. Then we have Momentum. Smash through blocks when sprinting. Cast with 1 doomed. Maintain with 3 immutable. Interesting. Very interesting. So I could just start sprinting, and then with, like, overclock, just drill through blocks that way. That also sounds dangerous, because if I ever start sprinting in my base, I could just ruin everything. And then we have Doombolt. High damage projectile of force, can harm souls, costs 3 doomed to cast. That's a lot more wither kills. That is a lot more wither kills. One thing I can reveal is one of the secrets of Doombolt. It involves taking on a lot of rebellion really fast. Combining Doombolt with Unexpected makes it so when you hit a creature with Doombolt, additional Doombolts split off from it to strike other nearby creatures. It becomes Chain Doombolt. If you combine that again with Overclock, and remember, Overclock and Unexpected active at the same time causes you to rapidly gain Rebellion even if you are using neither effect. But Overclock, Rebellion, Doombolt means that this chain effect keeps happening. As long as there are targets to chain to, the Doombolt will continue propagating and bouncing and slaughtering everything in the area. This means that just one overclocked, unexpected Doombolt can completely wipe out everything in an ocean monument. Every guardian, every elder guardian, dead in a single shot. Because the projectile just keeps fragmenting and chaining. It doesn't care, it shreds everything. Which is absolutely terrifying to watch. Once. It's still expensive, though. That is 3 doomed souls to cast. And I don't even have 1 on hand. I didn't even look up what Doomed Stone does. Forgot to check that out. Okay, he's mad. He was very leisurely sort of mad. He wasn't sprinting at me. He kind of calmly walked in my direction and took a swing. Very unusual for zombie pigmen. There's just something very strange about the zombie pigman grudge, in that it hasn't ended yet. Even though I've left the area multiple times. They're just staying mad. But only some of them. Oh. I just realized why I'm getting hit with fireballs. I didn't turn tendrils back on. I turned it off to make my glassware so I wouldn't snatch the blue crystal out of the lava, and then forgot to turn it back on again. Listen to those zombie pigmen pick up their grudges again. I hit one of you, by mistake, once. Let it go already. Because this is a war you can't win. We are now at the wander aimlessly until Wither Skeleton spawns phase. I suppose I could always go to the other fortress again. Because this one seems a bit small. Nope, I see one now. He is this left. Zoom, and death. Skull? Of course not. This is it. This is the stream now. Hunting wither skeletons in this specific nether fortress. are mods to make this process easier, but none of them exist yet. They're all for newer versions. We're zooming over here to escape the stigma of having made some of those other pigmen angry. And continuing the hunt. See, here it is, the same building that I mentioned. With the lava pit in the middle. This building is the transition between external bridges and internal hallways. If your nether fortress is broken, and it doesn't have this transition, then your nether fortress will not have nether wart. Period. Because nether wart is exclusive to indoors. Okay, bye. No skulls. Like 4 of them were packed in there. No skulls. I remember these chests. I left them behind because they were full of garbage. Huh? Area effect is on, but I'm only breaking single nether bricks. Weird. It was also weird earlier when I was tunneling through netherrack, and the nether bricks in the area weren't breaking. We ate these blaze spawners for our spawn crystal yesterday, so it's no surprise that they're missing. Skeletons spotted. Two of them? Two of them. Skulls? Nope. Two more on the ceiling. what a feeling. Skeletons in the ceiling. Come on down, boys. I meant both of you. Why can't I hit him? So our blaze crystal is now shining. That means it's reached tier 5. I don't have to think about it anymore. That makes the strongest spawner crystal it's possible to have. So I can now build a blaze farm at home. Unfortunately, as is so often the case with this mod, now that I've killed enough blazes to make a blaze farm, I now have enough blaze materials that I don't need a blaze farm. I saw wither skeleton pips to both my left and my right, and in deciding which one to go for, 2 more appeared here. So that settled it. I don't need all your stone swords. Hey, you, come here. Then we have a couple more in this direction. These guys are a lot more numerous over here. And they're spawning in packs. Which, sadly, isn't helping. Also, how do we get 1 regular bone? I thought we'd established that the bone spear turns bones into soul bones on kill. And yet we have 1 ordinary bone. I didn't kill a skeleton with my sword, did I? Hello there. I would like your head. Give me your head. He said no. I'm relying too much on flight. My rebellion's getting rather high in the top left there. better spend some more time grounded. The Wither Skeleton gem is coming along, though. It really is. There's 2 more of them. And that guy. Still no skulls, though. And it looks like our good fortune with all the Wither Skeletons has kind of run out. I don't see any more. Just these ordinary skeletons walking around on the roof. Aha! Wither skeletons spotted. A bunch of them. Unfortunately, they are through all these walls. In this area. Hello there. I've come to stab you and take your stuff. Which apparently does not include bones or skulls. This is becoming very disheartening. But it still farms up the spawner crystals, so it's not like my time is being wasted. We have no evidence of further Wither Skeletons. The minimap is empty. I mean, it's not empty, but it's not showing anything useful. It's all blazes and pigs. So we kill the blazes and wonder why my phone isn't muted. Because that's not a noise I should be hearing. At the same time, happy day. Another one of these guys. Get in my crystal. $3.57 of 1024 at 5 at a time. It's not good math, folks. It's not good math. Well, aren't you just larger than life? Stab. Was that a skull? It was. We have one. Small triumphs. I would appreciate it if these ghasts wouldn't try to butt in, because their input is not required. I don't have any of this stuff. Honestly, I may as well. And while I've been occupied with a skeleton on the scopes. Still just the one skull. Wow. Look at that mass of pigmen. My inventory is getting full. I'm going to have to abandon this for now and get home. We have 2 skulls, which is honestly not bad for the amount of time we've been spending trying to farm them. At least not bad for the way RNG treats me. Wither Skeleton Crystal can stay here. All of our surplus stone, soul bone and blaze rods stay here. The rest of this stuff comes with me. I also have to move this body anywhere else. Anywhere else. Right here, even. Huh? I'm standing in a valid position. I guess it disagrees. Oh yeah, this is all. These are storage things. Another rack, one skull. And this shard. The shard combines with a few things we already have. And with this, and preferably a door. I wouldn't mind some glass either. We can make a blaze spawner. A whole blaze arena. Oh. Hi, other tunnels. Fancy meeting some iron here. So this isn't really what we were looking for. But I can still make it work. I'm going to want kind of a thick gap here. So we're going to have 3 blocks worth of wall. And then 1 this off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will be our entrance. Another 3 blocks thick. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. these 3x3 areas will be exceptionally thick windows. So I can study the interior. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's just taking some iron ore out of the wall. The next part of this is right smack in the middle of the floor. We have our soul cage. We can also put torches in here. It really changes nothing. And with this, we have our redstone channel. I also want these ore blocks. All of these ore blocks. No matter the cost. It just keeps going. Okay, I think that's all of the ore in the area. Anyway, redstone torch here. Redstone wiring from all the way back there to all the way here. And a lever here. So what this does is it turns off that redstone torch. And I have made a small error. Because this all needs to be solid floor. That's better. Now we take the blaze crystal, stick it in there. It's not running. That's because the torch is issuing a redstone signal to the cage. Oh, if you flick the lever, immediate results. Yes, it spawns that fast. No, there is no cap. There might be a cap. The cap is like 20. Point being, there's a lot of them in there now. making it time to clean house. And there you go, a completely contained at-home blaze farm. Toggleable via redstone. That's what I'm working on with the Wither Skeleton crystal, since they seem so reluctant to give us skulls. Yeah, there's also this thing. The spawner relocator from Neotech, which allows you to pick up an existing spawner in the world and place it elsewhere. Theoretically, if we get access to spawn eggs, which none of our mods have, we could then change what a spawner spawns. But that, sadly, is just not a mechanic we can take advantage of. So we're back to this 2.5%. Rolled 3 times because looting 3. And Soul Stealer 4 on top of it all. So each kill goes into our crystal as 5 kills. And when I complete that, there will be a second room over here, just like this one. Where we can spawn all the wither skeletons we want. Look at these blaze rods. This is ridiculous. I may have to expand my storage system, just so I can fit the blaze rods. Oh. And I need this, so I don't waste my efforts. Swoop. I see one wither skeleton on the scope already. He's over here, in the blaze spawner. I don't think I want to do my farming here, though, because the wither skeleton spawn rate in this fortress is very low. So we are going to zoom back to the other one, where, for a time at least, They were just popping up like crazy. It's not like it takes a long time to get there either. We just kind of zip right on in. Bingo. And there's one on the radar already. Two, actually. But they're down here on the soul sands somehow, which isn't supposed to happen. But here we are. These ghasts need to quit. They need to quit it. Oh, I remember where I got that one regular bone from now. That was because one of the skeletons died of fall damage. And wasn't actually killed by me. There you are. Another one over here. There's also an exploit with soul shards that used to be possible, but the developers ended up fixing it. Remember, a good while back, how I mentioned when you combine two damage items in your inventory, the resulting item has slightly more durability than the sum of its components. You used to be able to do that with soul shards, because their level was based on the durability system. However, now the tally functions differently, and is a separate number attached to a different data set. So you can no longer craft them together and gain free effective kills that way. Because when I was farming kills like this on previous versions of Minecraft, I would keep like 3, maybe 5 soul shards on my hotbar, all keyed to the same creature. and it would fill all 5 of them with every kill. And then I just combine them together. It made this farming process much faster. Yeah. This asshole skeleton killed my wither skeletons. Which means I didn't get their soul fragments for my charging spawn crystal, and they couldn't possibly have dropped skulls. Because it needs to be a player kill. So that skeleton just robbed me of 2 kills. What also makes this kill farming method so frustrating with how slow it's being is the fact that I have looting 3. Looting 3 has a chance to re-roll the loot tables up to 3 additional times. So for every wither skeleton I kill, I am rolling on their loot table up to 4 times. Though it could still be as low as just once. Looting doesn't always trigger. So that means RNG is really, really against me. Because I have a chance of having up to 4 chances to collect these stupid skulls, and it's just not dropping. Aha! There's one. There's more skeletons around, though. I want to fill this crystal as much as possible. I have come for your souls. Where are you? There's one. Aha! Through this wall. Two. And I know I have one more skull at home for a total of 3. Which means if I don't mess it up, I can put 1 doomed soul into the tank. Just 1 though. Hey, you. Give me your skull. Hey, this guy over here. Give me your skull. No, don't fall to your death. I can't get skulls that way. Hey, you two. Over this way. I guess fall to your death some more. This is very annoying. It'd be so much easier if they didn't like to play around cliffs so much. We have broken 500 on the soul shard, so we're halfway there. At least 3 more spotted. They're here. They're in this building. Is this the entrance building? Not quite. Let me in. The map shows another one. Where is it? I knew it had to be through the floor. No more skulls. Over a stack of soul bones. And the wither skeleton spawning has kind of dried up. I could put this tier 4 shard into a similar spawning setup, but then I couldn't control it. And maybe it wouldn't work anyway. We're also getting tons of levels out of this that we no longer need. Skeletons spotted. Skeletons spotted back where we came from. Three skulls. That's enough for another try, and I already have everything else I need. It's just 4 of this, and back home. The hardest part about farming this doomed soul is, you have to summon the Wither, fight the Wither, then stop the fight when the Wither is low, suffer bombardment without answer for a little bit while you place an Iron Golem, and then resume the fight, hoping to kill him before he kills the Iron Golem. If any part of that sounds fun, you're a lunatic. There's the summoning shape and my potion, and Golem net is at the ready. 1, 2, 3, retreat. Net at the ready, drink up. It begins. $30 Golem kill. This time I saw the particles go into the Golem. The Golem unfortunately is withered, so I need to grab it. And I think everything is fine. I have to rebuild the platform again, obviously. And this area is looking more and more devastated every time I do this. I'm even missing the little protective wall in the area where I hide. But we now have another intangible iron golem containing another doomed soul. This means we can go home, extract it, and ask 2 more questions. Namely, have I opened up any new devices? And what does Doomed Stone do? Oh yeah, there's also the defensive crystal. What does a doomed crystal do? Huh? Temporarily removes the top layers of earth in the area around it, replacing them when the creature leaves. So it's a pit trap. When a creature approaches, it strips off the layers of dirt, or the top layers of earth, so I guess that could be a cobblestone layer. You could use that to reveal a hole that the creature then is dropped into. And then when the creature leaves, vertically, by falling straight down, the pit trap is replaced. That could be something. And then our Soul Forge, Doomed Stone. Use an offering plate containing a block or item dropped from a block to have the doomed soul seek out and break such blocks in a 3x3 region anywhere below. Okay. So then Doomed Stone works with Noble Stone to create an auto miner. I could place Noble Stone, Doomed Stone on top, an offering plate on top of that. Put a diamond in the offering plate. And if there were any diamond blocks in a 3x3 straight down to bedrock, the Doomstone would break it, and the Noble Stone would collect that. It's a bit weird, though. Gotta say, more than a little weird. Could work, though. And the other thing is the Soul Wrench. This will wrench the souls from many types of nearby creature. The Soul Wrench must be powered and surrounded with 2 powered Soul Relay pillars. Try on each corner with 2 powered. But it's only showing 1. Alright, malleable and doomed souls in a nearby well to operate. So I just build this thing, and then 8 more soul relays to have a pillar formation like the Soul River here, but not this specific one because I still need this. And I put it like here, and then anything that wanders into this area, like this poor fool, gets its soul torn out immediately and vacuumed into the soul pit. But this requires that I first extract the soul. Out you get. And now my extremely shiny friend, you too, are going back in a box. Get in the cage. Thank you. Next one. And he is at the ready for my next Doomed Soul expedition. Huh? Is this enough? Nope. Need more stone rings to make the relays. Need more control circuits to make the everything. We might have enough splinters. We just might have enough splinters. Now the soul ridge itself is blue, yellow, blue, 4 blue gems. That part's easy. Golden Oculus, easy. 2 yellow gems, a condensed stone plate I don't have, and a control circuit. Sweet, more control circuits. Which means we need more blue gems. which means I might want to consider harvesting my crystal crop. Did not mean to break that block. My pickaxe is too powerful. I'm taking chunks out of the blocks that I don't mean to. I put them on the ceiling too, but that has proven in the past to be untenable. Crystals placed in the ceiling, when you break them, tend to disappear into the ceiling. Molten yellow crystal. That's more like it. Alright, golem oculus. 2 yellow gems, so I need the control circuits first. So we gotta get these gems a rocket. That should have been a second ping. Why is there not a second ping? Because the gem did not fall where it was supposed to. You can throw a gem in lava, but you can't make sure it lands there. You'd think the physics of down would be very simple, given how easy it is to land in lava yourself. Control circuits, go! condensed stone plate. And a control circuit. And 2 yellow gems. Final piece. Another 5 control circuits. I can never remember if it's the crystal or the redstone that goes in the upper or the lower slot. There's the 2 emitters. Add to that a yellow crystal and another control circuit. And that is the soul ridge. This crystal did not end up in the lava. I don't understand how that happens sometimes. There's nowhere else for it to go. Yeah, I can cook another stack in here, which with 2 processors should outpace all of these. Should. Not sure if it actually will or not. And this is, shockingly, not enough control circuits. Keep them coming. Yeah, 13, 14, 14. This is catching up. It was a couple blocks behind originally. 6, 7, 8. Boom. Now we can have a functioning soul wrench. It's just going to take 5 levers. And we don't want it to block the golem. So I guess I'll put it right here in this corner. Kind of surprised I'm not in my own ceiling right now. Like that I didn't fall into the base. That's kind of not in the way. At least I can build it up to not be in the way. Okay, that makes it less in the way. And there we go. The big spooky soul wrench is ready. And it's going to be eating my cows immediately. I have no idea it had that kind of range. Could you not do that from a freaking mile away? Nope. Nope, it's just, it did that. It executed my cows in my cow pen. Well, now I know it has stupidly long range. Here, kill him. Now, I won't even look at you. Uh-oh. Don't you escape the process. And there we go. His body is now confused and wandering, and his soul isn't there now. The soulless body has now died on its own. Somewhere. I guess I'm glad I have all the buffalo I need. Also, I can't believe I've never tried this. Can I net a soul? can apparently net a soul directly. I really can't believe I've never tried that. Oh, here we go. 3 benign souls. In they go. I also now have 2 more floating souls that I can infuse in myself. I have discovered all 8 soul types, which means my personal soul capacity is now 16. What do I do about that? Let's start by adding back these 2 predatory souls, so I can make the Soulbone Spear do something that I know it can do. I'll also turn off wings, so if it does anything with Noble, that's now available. I don't know why I turn those off manually. They will be turned off when this process finishes. Where are the I know this thing throws blades when you attack with it. It has predatory. I have predatory at the ready. Why is it not throwing the spikes that I know it does? Do I have to have strength active? Nope. It just... I distinctly remember this throwing little blades every time you swing with it, as long as you have predatory souls to spare. And I am mystified that's not happening, because that's the one thing that I actually knew that the Soulbone Spear could do. So here's what we're going to do instead. I'm infusing Unhinged, so I can use Unexpected. Alright, Repair. Tendrils. Unexpected. I'm not going to use Strength as well, because that gets weird. Maybe not using strength and unexpected like I said I wasn't going to. Huh? Why do I have upstep? Maybe the unexpected tendrils. That still works. I block you. I don't even know if that works. You. Teleport away. Why is it escaping constantly? I got a pearl anyway. And there's a witch somewhere around here. You got stuck in a tiny Enderman hole. Unexpected swarm is coming back for me because there was no valid target. On them! It doesn't seem to have changed its behavior. Unexpected spider. Get him. That's no different either. Is it 2? It's 1 to animate golem. Big dirt golem. The spider will fight him, but the golem... the golem is just too far away to be useful in any way. Claws. Claws don't appear to have changed. Can't believe I haven't cast armor up yet. What else? Slingshot? I don't have any more unhinged souls to use Slingshot with. Incorporeal still works. Yeah, unexpected behavior to other effects. This tells me nothing. Nothing is unexpected about that. I don't think anything could be unexpected about Wise Vision. And it wrenched my last cow soul. So there's that. Yep, the Wise Vision is unchanged. Here you go. Wrench the golem. That now hates me. Or doesn't. You failed to wrench the golem. And the golem isn't even mad. The soul wrench just doesn't work on it. Well, then let's get you back to the village, since this was an exercise in futility. This does, however, mean that I can use incorporeal possession to just wander monsters over the wrench. And boom, free souls. Death. Huh. Kind of made a spider paradise down here. Unfortunately, I can't go this way, and it's not clear why. There's an invisible wall of some kind. That's a problem I've run into before with incorporeal mode. Sometimes it just doesn't want you to go places. And there's no clear reason as to why. Oh, now I can. So now I'll take this spider. And over to the wrench we go. I just have to fight with the spider to keep it in the area. Dead. Wait, not dead? No. Yes, dead. It just doesn't know it yet. As the spider bleeds out. I see. What? Oh no, that's unexpected strength at work. I've just destroyed my lava. Ah! Stop that. Okay. Everything is fine now. All I wanted was to come down here and put some things away. And I almost caused big trouble for my whole base. Unexpected tendrils, I'm finding, is not just the ability to step up. It's wall climbing like a spider. So if I turn that off and go back to unexpected strength, then I can shove this tree around. Like a human piston. Could that ever be useful? Not that I can imagine. I just don't know what else to play around with. I've done unexpected slingshot before, and I don't understand how it changes. I only know that it does change. It doesn't change wings at all. It doesn't change shield. It doesn't change any of the really basic stuff. So the major unexpected power that I know of is unexpected overclock doom bolt for that repeating chain bolt that just goes absolutely nuts. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have all 16 souls accounted for. So I had to pull 3 out of that and put 3 into that. And that gets us flight back. And we also have the power to use unhinged if we, or unexpected if we want. But why? Because I have no idea what it does. So I simply don't need unexpected anymore. Because all it's good for is crazy stuff I don't understand, and 1 Doombolt augment that doesn't do anything, because I can't use Doombolt. So yeah, that's it. I just want my flight back. Wow. Nightfall set in real fast, didn't it? Anyway, that is the fullness of the intangible mod, as far as I know. There are more secrets, especially in the interactions of the Bone Spear and with the unexpected augment. But I haven't found them. I do love all the passive buffs, though. Flight, strength, armor that boosts this from Iron class to Diamond class. There's just a whole lot to love about the mod. You know, all the power it offers and all the fancy ways that you go about getting it. There is also a lot of tedium, but what mod of this era didn't have tedium? I think I could leave my shell back here? I'm just trying to think of where to leave my other body, where it actually won't be in the way, because that's a weird place for it. I can't have it here. Maybe I could go here? Perfect. You can stand right there. And this will be my body. And I'm going to leave this sanctified golem in there until such time as I farm 3 more wither skeleton skulls. Which means these potions of regen, as they are intended for fighting the wither, can stay in here. And this soul shard, intended to make a skeleton spawner, considering all the soul bone we get for free basically now, is really no longer necessary. This is so much blaze rod and soul bone that I really may want to make another dimension crate for it. And just find a way to marry it to my existing storage system. Don't know how I'd do that, though. Just don't know how I'd do that. Because this flushable chest, has to be the farthest point in the whole system. So wherever else I put dimensional crates has to be closer to this hopper than any other point. Which means expanding over here is out of the question. building to the floor, also out of the question because these can't be placed sideways. They always face the same way. If I could embed them in the floor so this visual panel was pointing upwards, that'd be cool, but it doesn't work that way. I guess I could make use of these 3 spaces if I moved the bed. But I don't know where the bed would then go. Kind of built ourselves into a series of corners here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think I may have made a slight mistake. Oh, good. It doesn't instantly go off. See, when you put a creeper into here, pull its soul out, and then release it, it immediately tries to explode. I am so very glad that when a creeper's soul is removed by the soul wrench, it doesn't immediately try to explode. You know what though? You. Wise soul. Come play with the soul wrench. Yeah, go ahead, chase me. It won't help. Death. I am disappointed it could apparently reach all the way down here and kill all my cows. But no use crying over spilled milk now. It's even more disappointing that it doesn't work on iron golems. But this has been Minecraft 189 Intangible. One of the greatest mods ever written, and I miss Emonif. Unparalleled as a mod developer. But that just puts us back to spilled milk again, I suppose. He chose to quit. He's out. And that's his decision to make. But that is going to do it for the day. I know, just a little bit early again. But we have kind of run out of things to do here. Aside from going back to the Nether and grinding even more wither skeletons to get our wither skeleton soul shard up, and collecting more doomed souls, there's really nothing else to do. So, with that in mind, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll figure out something new to do by then. Until next time.